We've now covered, or at least talked about and introduced you to, the people who preceded Socrates, the pre-Socratics. Now there's a group of pre-Socratics that were contemporaries of Socrates, and we're going to spend a little time just talking about them to really set the stage for the introduction of Socrates on the philosophical scene. Now, everybody in the ancient world, in the classical Greek world, were impressed with Parmenides and Zeno's arguments. They did not know how to refute them, and they were convinced Parmenides was right. Parmenides was right. Change is impossible. Matter cannot itself change. However, Democritus and some other philosophers came up with a way of trying to explain the apparent change without claiming that anything does change. And he adopts a view that there are atoms in the world. We'll talk about that. Anaxagoras, another philosopher, contemporary of Socrates, or actually maybe a little bit before Socrates, but about contemporary, also cannot refute Parmenides, accepts his conclusion. Nonetheless, he takes a similar tack to the atomists and tries to explain what's going on. And his explanation is unique and it's influential for at least Plato, in that he looks at mind. Nous is the Greek word for mind. Mind as being a fundamental force in the creation of the universe and getting things going. Now finally, there are a group of thinkers. Really, they were really nomadic, itinerant, going from place to place, teachers, teaching people things, who also accepted the view. And notice the view that you now have to accept between Heraclitus and Parmenides is all the things that you think are true are really not true. So there is no absolute truth, because what you thought was absolutely true was not correct. And this is the view the Sophists take, and will explain how these Sophists there's a debate as to whether they're philosophers or not, how they react to Parmenides, how they respond to Parmenides, and they react in a way that puts them at odds with Socrates, which is setting the stage for the story that we're going to be embarking on this semester.